Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome.
Welcome. Yes, Alper, how we will start for today?
Today is a special day because I just want to congratulate you to renew your third MVP. And I also want to congratulate the other candidates which has been approved for their MVP awards.
Yes. So, you know that this month is the renewal of the MEPs, and I congratulate newbies, and I also congratulate the ones that have already been MVP but selecting once more. For the ones who are not selected, I think everyone is doing the best that they can. And you know what they say, once an MVP and always an MVP.
Correct.
So,
Yeah.
yes, do not forget to be an alumnus, because the alumni MVP also offers a couple of things for you as well. So, thank you, Alper.
Congratulations again.
Thank you. Today, I would like to have a topic which is a bit of soft, which is not so much technical but has lots of information in it. I think in the projects that we face lots of things like the excessive customer demands.
Mm-hmm.
So these are required to be balanced time to time.
Mm-hmm.
So most commonly, what I hear is that how we should say no to these excessive customer demands.
Okay.
Um,
I think about someone who can do that actually as a role in it, that we both as a part of it in a different ways. So let's dive into this topic.
yes. So when we say the customer demands, even this is not heard very well in the ear because we always say you in this case. But I think in a project, it should be more like
We.
we. Exactly. So, because making a project is a work of a team. So, if you are not a team and you look as a them,
Mm-hmm.
as customers, as users, um, it will look not so good in the other part of your team.
Mm-hmm.
So, the success comes together,
Mm-hmm.
also the failure.
Yeah, that's correct. That's
Yeah.
correct.
So what do you think that is excessive in this case? What we when we should say no, when we should say yes, and how we should be clear on saying what is excessive on the demands.
Okay. To say excessive, I think you should first define the scope. Yeah. If it is in the scope, if it is good for the project and good
Mhm.
for the users, it is not excessive.
Exactly. And also, even if some things are not in the scope,
Mm-hmm.
forgotten in the scope,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important if it's critical.
Yeah.
So if it's a critical thing, so if you cannot do the shipping,
Mm-hmm. For
but it's not in the
example.
scope,
Yeah, for
it
example.
doesn't matter actually. But in this case, we come to a point that the scope should be really good
Mm-hmm.
documented, should be really good analyzed, and should be done a very good fit and gap, I think. So
And also in the during of the process project, it should be considered again and again
exactly.
because it can be changed. It's not written in a stone actually.
What we say, the world is changing. Why
Exactly.
don't I?
Yeah.
So, but when we do these changes, I think it's very important that we do the change management in that part.
Correct. Correct.
So if
To
you do
track it.
not do the change management, if you do not give the priorities, if you do not give the severities,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's also another critical thing to be discussed.
Yeah. You can easily get lost.
In this case, I think also everyone should be very realistic. So unrealistic expectations is also a really danger for the project.
Correct. Correct.
What else that we can think of is that I think we should check if it's technically feasible.
Yes. If it's not technically feasible, it's
Exactly.
not be.
Sometimes we promise on something That cannot be done. So
Mhm.
before you give your promises, please do check with your developers, with your technical team, if they can do it or it's
Yes, please.
doable.
Otherwise, it's gonna be a nightmare. Yeah.
Exactly. For example, you do not go to your developer and say, okay, I would like to delete the inventory transactions time to time.
For
So
example.
it's not technically, may not be technically feasible, maybe technically feasible, but not a nice to have.
Exactly.
And it's important if it's progress feasible, it fits the needs of the
Project.
company
Ah.
for the process and etc.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it's very critical that you need to check if it's legally possible. If
That is the most yeah, important parts of the
exactly,
yeah steps.
and also feasible for the project.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just divide it and take it into the another part of the project, and if it's going to be affecting other steps,
Mm-hmm.
I think this is, you need to decide together if you really would like to have it, if users are going to use it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, for example, users will come with lots of reports and want the same shape
Mm-hmm.
as they use in their legacy.
Yeah, we faced that before. Correct.
Yeah.
Legacy software.
So you can use the standard reports, you can generate some new reports, or just rather than using 100 reports, you can just merge them together and create more less reports. So it's, actually this is more about the ERP, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
If you do not do the ERP, then using the program will be a problem,
Yeah.
an ERP program.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
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 So you have to first do these kind of analysis in
Mm-hmm.
your systems, in your progresses, in your company, and come up with a detailed documentation of the fit and gaps and with the process documentations and etc. I think.
So at last, you want to improve something. Yeah. So that's why we are here.
Mm,
We are giving some time, giving some money, resources, and etc. to improve something.
correct.
So what is there? Where is the improvement if we're going to use the same thing in a different shape?
Exactly. This is why you are using Dynamics 365, right, Alper?
Exactly.
Exactly. For this purpose,
Mm-hmm.
for everything to go smoothly.
Mm-hmm.
So I think we need an expert, right?
Exactly, exactly. And we call these experts solution architects. And solution architects can be in a technical way and can be in a consultancy way.
Correct.
Yeah,
Actually, the solution architect is your trusted advisory. So that person that is a solution architect that you need to trust and should have experience.
lots of experience.
Exactly. And a certification, of course.
Exactly,
Yeah.
because it has to be known by the Microsoft standards. It has to be said that okay, this guy done their job on the certification way also.
Mm.
He knows what to do. He read all the documents necessary to be that, and then he passed all the exams that it should be.
And also, there is lots of documentation how a solution architect should manage the projects, right?
Correct.
So the solution architect is not a project manager, is not a senior consultant. There are slight differences, but I can tell just one
Mm-hmm.
between senior consultant and a solution architect. Solution architect needs to know at least most of the things.
It should be
But the senior consultant should know the modules
in the best
the
shape.
in the best shape
Yeah.
and very deeply. So in this case, the solution architect is more focused on the design,
Correct.
the implementation, the project scope,
Mm-hmm.
and etc.
Yeah, so he or she should have the good overview of the blueprint of the solution.
Yeah.
And since the solution architect suggests some solutions, he or she should know all the necessary parts of the applications and the other interfaces that Microsoft presents. So that's why there's a difference between the senior consultant and the solution architect.
For example, we are both solution architects.
Yeah.
You are more technical, you have your technical certification, and then on the top solution architect. I have the finance part.
Correct.
And on the top of the finance part, I have the solution architect certification. But the thing is that a solution architect should know all Dynamics 365 apps,
Yes.
Power Platform,
Correct.
objects,
Correct.
ISVs that are most commonly used, and also is responsible for the decision making across developments, the configuration, implementation, infrastructure, security, availability, storages, and change management. Sorry, but it is
lots
what
of
it
hats.
is.
Yeah, lots of hats to manage in one place.
So when you are, as a solution architect, offer something to the users, you should know if that can be done by standard, or that can be done by third parties like ISVs, or that, for example, if you are a Dynamics 365 F&O solution architect, you should also know that if this can be solved by Power Platform objects,
yes,
or what the infrastructure is, and if it will affect the performance. So you have to consider all of these at once. So you have to first discover what customer needs. By discovery, I mean that sometimes you have to dig a bit more, because users may not be able to really know what a project is.
We are not expecting this kind of thing.
Exactly. So you have to ask detailed questions.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next video we can have more details on how to manage this kind of processes, which questions to ask, how to do the documentation, and etc. And you have to understand that requirement. So when the users or the customer comes to you with a question, with a requirement, you really need to understand, really need to discuss how this can be done,
handled, yeah,
and do the documentation, perform what is in fitting, that's the gap, if it's going to be a customization, and then you need to have a decision on how it should be done.
Yeah.
So if it should be done through Power Platform, or you can use an ISV, or a really customization.
So I think on top of that, you have to trust the solution architect in the project.
Correct.
There's a communication between the project team and the users and the solution architect and the project sponsors.
Correct.
There should be trust between them.
Correct. So you have to understand the needs. You need to know how to handle people that you are dealing with. Even if he's a developer, even if he's a consultant, a user, and etc., you need to be open. So you need to be open in the scope perspective.
Exactly.
Or you need to be open on the needs. You cannot directly say no to the things. There is a way to say no. Sometimes, yes, you need to say no. It's also important to say no, but it's important how you say it.
Yeah, exactly. People just want to be heard. Yeah.
Correct.
So if the user or the project sponsors think about that it has been heard by the solution architects or the technical or the consultant people. So if they suggest something else, the part says, okay, I have been heard, and it has been thinked and processed, and they're explaining me why it is feasible or not. Yeah.
So be reasonable.
Exactly.
If it's critical, if it needs to be done, so this can be discussed, but do not forget to do the feedbacks. So feedbacks are here very important, and the documentation. So after you do your communication, after you do your analysis, designs, always give the feedbacks.
Exactly.
If it can be done, if it cannot be done, what are the cons that you are going to face.
That is also,
So
yeah, because in the future, someone will say that because the project people can be changed during the process. Yeah, so someone else came with the same responsibility, and then the first question that comes to my mind comes to the solution architect: why did you choose that path? And if you have the documentation and if you collect all the feedbacks, you can explain to them that is the reason. These are the things that we have discussed, and these are the maybe cons of this decision easily. Otherwise, you have to collect all the teams together, do all the meetings again. It's just a waste of time.
There are lots of costs. You have to lose time on tests, and testing something is also very important because you need to think of all the cases that needs to be tested.
Correct.
Right.
It's not the little thing that has been changed in the
When
process.
you look in the dynamics, there are lots of engineers working on that, lots of testing being done on the standard solutions. So when you come up with the development, please consider that how not easy to develop it and testing it. So it is also consumes time of the users and etc. And also it's not good to do over solve the problems, solve what is needed. And also sometimes users may want to change the system into the legacy programs. This is also an unwanted solution, and it may affect the performance. Performance needed to be tested with lots of data, with lots of cases, and also your project scope will also change according to these over demands, over excessive demands.
Yeah, exactly. Well said.
So as a last sentence, I think here, maybe last sentences I can say is here that as a high resolution architect that has the certification, has the ability to do that, and as a solution architect, make a solution, offer a solution. So this is the only thing. You can say no, we cannot do that. So what? What should we do otherwise? Saying no is okay, but you, a solution architect, is the person that offers a solution.
Yeah, exactly. Well said, Bilal.
Thank you. So that was what I was all going to say. If it's okay for you, Alper, I would like also to announce that we have a new book.
Yes, exactly.
I have not yet, because I heard just today, the announcement has been made today. So I would like to tell you what it is. Okay, so it is the Microsoft AI Human Resources Handbook, optimizing the employee's experience with the Microsoft tech stack. So this is being published, and the author is our Ana Ines Urrutia de Souza.
Very nice.
So if you're interested in AI and human resources, as far as I know her, that would be a great book, and I will directly purchase it, hopefully soon.
Yes.
And we'll be happy that we will both read it as solution architects, because a solution architect should always learn more and more, investigate, read,
and repeat.
And repeat.
Yeah.
Correct.
Okay then.
All right. Thank you everyone for joining this session. And hope to have more in the future.
Hopefully. Until next time.
Until next time.
Bye.
Bye.